Getting a skilled worker visa in the UK just got easier, especially for international students in the UK and international students who are looking to come to the UK very soon. So switching from your tier 4 to tier 2 just got easier. And I'm going to give you guys all the details in this video. Hi, I am Chinemerum. And if you are new here, hello, you are most welcome. Please do well to like this video, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, you are amazing. Thank you for coming back. Normally, to switch from a tier 4 visa to a tier 2 visa, there are some rules. First of all, if you are studying on an undergraduate or master's degree level, you can't switch until 3 months to the end of your program. If you get a job from a UK licensed sponsor and they are happy to sponsor you, you may still not be able to switch to that tier 2 visa until 3 months to the end of your program. So some companies, what they do is they're going to sponsor you, so start working for us. You keep working until 3 months to the end of your program, then they will give you the COS to go and apply for your tier 2 visa. For undergraduate and masters, this is the normal process. Then for PhD, if you are studying on a PhD level, you can only switch from tier 4 to tier 2 if you have spent 1 year in the UK, at least 1 year in the UK. Then the other way to switch is when you get your post-study work visa. So that's your post-study work visa is normally 2 years for undergraduate and masters and 3 years for PhD. During your post-study work period, you are allowed to work as much as you want. Normally, international students are limited to work for only 20 hours a week. But once you get your post-study, you can work as much as you want, so long as you have the time and you have a job to do. But the only scary thing about that post-study work visa is that it is expensive. Yes, it is not automatic. So you studying in the UK doesn't give you an automatic post-study work visa. You have to apply for it. That's why most people don't really want to get that post-study level. They just want to switch before the post-study because it is easier. If you are paying to switch, you know that you are not paying just for nothing, because you know that you're getting to get a job that will count towards your permanent residency in the UK. Whereas paying for a post-study work visa means your 2 years or 3 years won't even count towards your stay in the UK. There are some changes now to switching from that tier 4 to tier 2. So now you don't have to wait until 3 months to the end of your program. Reading from the headline where I got this news from, they stated on there that stakeholders in the UK sector are reporting increasing numbers of international students dropping out soon after enrollment in order to accept employment offers in the care sector. And they also went on to say that changes to the skilled worker visa system means that applicants are no longer required to hold a degree level qualification to apply. Normally, before you apply for skilled worker visa, you have to hold a degree, you have to do this, you have to meet some criteria. But with this, there are changes. If you're moving to the UK and they feel, oh, we want this person, you can now apply and they will give you that job. Meaning that you don't have to finish paying your tuition fee. Of course, you must have paid the tuition fee deposit and other small fees, but that's the end of it. Some people decide to withdraw at this point and then they switch to tier 2 visa, which is better off because they just spend 5 years and then they get their permanent residency. Most employers are doing it because they are in need of labor force. They need people to work for them and they can't seem to get this. They've also said that some companies use it as a means of bringing people over to work for them. Like I said before, it is easier to get a job when you are in the UK than when you are outside the UK. It is just that simple. So what some of these companies do is that if they want to bring you from outside the UK to come and work, they will advise you to come with a tier 4 visa. So once you move here, they will convert your visa from tier 4 to tier 2. Now, reading from the news source, it says, while this is a completely legitimate immigration pathway, it will play havoc with university finances as it cannibalizes the international student population before they graduate. Non-continuation costs the UK higher education sector more than £300 million per year. And more than 100 universities are each losing more than £1 million annually in undergraduate tuition fees alone from students who drop out, according to pre-academic HESA data. So they are also trying to say that it is very legitimate for you to switch once you move to the UK, so long as you get an employer that is willing to sponsor you. Yes, so it's not like you just come and then you will switch. No, an employer must be willing and happy to sponsor you before you can now switch from tier 4 to tier 2 once you move to the UK. However, UK universities are beginning to complain about this because, of course, so many students are dropping out. Once they get the job, they are dropping out. They are not even interested in studying anymore. All they want is just to, get the tier 2 and then start working back to back, back to back, back to back, pay off whatever they are owing and move on with their lives. Like, nobody wants to go through the stress of tier 4 and everything in between. And I know this is good news for my international students, but hang on a minute. I know it's a good news, but I'll also advise you, if you are already studying, try and complete your studies because anything can happen. Like I said before, the UK and their rules can change any day. It may just happen any hour, any minute, any second. So if you are already in the UK studying and you get this tier 2 job, it's very okay, very fine. I know it will not be easy, but just try and complete your studies. You would benefit a lot if you try and complete your studies. Say for instance, anything happens and then they bring up a new rule and they say those that don't have any qualification or those that don't have a master's degree will be made redundant in the company or in anywhere. What's your fate? That's why you need to complete it. In my other video, I talked about Windrush. Those people that were more affected were those that were not prepared, right? So they didn't brace up with changes. They felt, well, I'm already in the UK, so I can relax. While those that developed themselves and, changed with the changes were not affected in any way at all. What I'm saying is just try and brace up so that if anything changes in future, you can change with the changes so you won't be affected. Due to this recent surge in demand of skilled worker visa, it now takes about 11 weeks to get a decision on your skilled worker visa. So it may take up to 11 weeks or even more to get a decision. On the other side, I feel that if the UK universities notice this thing so much, they may stop giving admission too much. They may just, give admission to a certain people based on their feelings or based on some questions they may ask us. So I don't really know what will happen, whether anything will happen. But all I know is that this is not illegal. According to the news, it is not illegal. But I just said I should bring it to you guys' notice because I know some persons are not aware of this, that you can switch immediately. Some people are also moving to the UK basically to switch from their own tier 4 to tier 2. Anyways, you can do that now if your employer is happy to employ you. Finally, like you already heard, they are doing this specifically for international students in the UK only, not for those outside the UK. So if you are still outside the UK and you're thinking, oh, what do I even do? You don't have to think anymore or ask more questions. Just move over with your student visa, start surfing for a job, get one that, and once the employer is happy to sponsor you, you are switching immediately. And remember that if you switch from tier 4 to tier 2, you are no longer limited to working 20 hours a week only. You can work for up to 37.5 hours a week. You are no longer restricted by your university rules and regulations. They are not like bosses over you anymore. They are still your bosses though, but not like the main boss. Your employer now becomes your main boss. You guys, that's that about this video. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And until I see you again in the next video, take care, stay safe, and